It's an earth thing. It really is. It's a physical thing with a physical body.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything as far as one's lessons are concerned, unless they are using sex to abuse another or hurt another. If you're sexually aggressive to that point that you're hurting someone else, this is your rapes and so forth, then you're responsible for that act.
Like
you're hurting the soul. You're hurting that person. The real person is the soul. So you're hurting that person's soul by the way you're acting. But simple sex, you can have it as much as you want, when you want, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's just an earth thing, and we make too much out of it, the universe says. We always got fights and arguments and carrying on what's right and what's wrong. There is nothing wrong with any of it as long as you do not hurt another person doing it. That's it.
But what about STDs and diseases like AIDS and stuff like that?
All for teaching. Every disease on this earth is actually carried within our very bodies. Every one of us have all diseases that exist at some dormant stage in our body. And if we are not living right, we bring that forth to teach us to start living right. It's all for a teaching process. Everything happens for a reason. All disease, all illnesses, all ailments. Hard to accept that, but that's the truth. The universe says. It's all there for a reason, for a purpose. It does not mean that because you have sex with someone that you think is not right to have sex with is wrong. You're making it wrong in your belief system. And a lot of this belief system comes from the religions of the world. And it fills us full of guilt. And there's so many people living in guilt that they have to heal right from their solar plexus, get that knot out of there, and be free, be a free soul. These things that don't vibrate with another soul will cause you to separate from that soul. And you will search out and find someone else that does vibrate. Because it's all entered in love. It is all part of love. It comes from love, and it's a love expression that needs to be expressed within every soul to give to one another. Live in love, through love, not hurting another, not abusing another, but love and loving and caring. Sharing. Enjoying. It's meant for you to enjoy life. And because it's a physical thing. Why is that, people say? Well, because we are really, our physical body is not we ourselves, but our body is a physical creature. Now this opens a real can of worms. If you want to open that can today, where does that come from? That creature. Where does his body come from? It's and the animal kingdom. We always thought we came from monkeys, right? Should we go there or not today?
Well, before that, I'm going to cover in animals.
No, I meant for the
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, we can cover that. Before you cover it, though, can we go back 1 second, Ron? We have plenty of tape in here. I want to ask, though, concerning sex, because I know this is a big thing for people, so I want you to explain it as in depth as you have to me. What about, what would you say morally is the right age for somebody to begin having sex? Because people, we're talking about consenting adults, and that makes the difference. So go ahead, go.
There's nothing moral about it. We create the morality that exists in it by our beliefs and our religious systems trying to control people. And it's not meant to be that way at all. It is an instinct within you as clear as an instinct in any animal. And that's part of our physical body. It's an animal instinct. And it's an instinct that needs to be satisfied. It needs to be fulfilled. And it should not be avoided. There's no such thing as a pure and holy and spiritual person that cloisters himself away in a nunnery or a monastery where they give everything up, including sex. That's not meant to be. That's not living. That's not getting on with your life. You're supposed to go out and experience this. We've heard of many cases where these cloistered people have had secret little affairs. And many children from those affairs, all over the world, all through history. There's nothing wrong with that. The universe is in charge of bringing children to people. When you've earned it and you have a right to have that child, you've earned it, and you need to learn from the lessons that that child will bring to you from having the child and experiencing it, it will be brought to you, regardless of how it is done. The same comes now into the part of abortion. The soul is a tiny light, that tiny light does not enter the body, the fetus of the body, if you will, until that fetus is out of the woman. Completely out. It's an extension of the woman. It comes out, and it has to come into the earth atmosphere before the soul can enter. And the soul only enters at that time. I don't know if you remember the old days. He used to hold them by the little feet and spank them on the rear end. I don't know if they still do that today. But when a baby cries, the soul is entered. Therefore, there's no harm to the soul. You can never hurt a soul. You can never harm a soul. It is a part of God. It's a part of the creation. It's a part of all that is. It is what we really are. And that soul is that person coming through. And usually, it's an old soul. We are all old souls that are here on this earth. Have lived so long, we have lived forever, but we have been here even 2 and 3 times before. Many of us are here for their third and final time. 3/4 of the Earth's population is here for the third and final time.
Yes, I know I am.
Yeah, and you get to know that as you grow and progress, and you just feel it, and you just say, I know I had stuff like this in my past life, and it starts coming to you in bits and pieces. Most of it is kept from you. And that little soul, when it is waiting for the fetus to come out, for giving birth or having the birth, the soul brings the life to the body. Okay, there's no life in that body at all until the soul enters. So you're not killing life if you're killing or destroying that little fetus at any time.
So it's just a body that's functioning, that's alive in a sense, but
it's an extension of the female.
It's just an extension of the mother.
Female. Right. That's what the umbilical cord is. And then once they cut that away, then this soul is on its own. That's how simple it is. There's also an umbilical cord against and connected to our ethereal body, that we can travel at night, an astral travel, in an ethereal form in the universe, to the astral plane and places like that, and look and see and meet other people, go even here a lot of places on earth, meet people, so that we have these dreams and experiences that help us. And once that something happens with that cord, could even get tied up or tangled up and it breaks, then you don't come back. You pass in your sleep. It happens. That's the cord that still holds on to the soul. Once it's your time to go, that cord is severed for you to go on with the guide and go to the universe. The silver and biblical cord, you've heard of that.
Yes.
And I mean, it's been spoken of by many different